You're more excited about this next story because it talks about Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Finally, get to talk about it.
No, we talked about it yesterday, Will.
Yeah, I know.
Finally again.
Yeah.
Finally is the simulator update section of the show. This is funny because people, they fly around and they look for glitches.
It's like, why?
Are you mad about this?
Of course. Like, I mean, you're mapping the whole world.
Whoa, man. Well, you're getting too fired up here.
Like, obviously, there's going to be some hitch.
Are you telling these people to have some respect here for all the hard work going into it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bud.
You're like a grumpy old man right now. You know that?
Yeah.
Well, this one, a lot of people found. So the first image here is a giant, towering looking thing that people found in Melbourne, Australia. And it's probably not going to be there forever, but people are trying to catch their photos right now before it goes away. These are enthusiasts. They're not trying to make fun of the game, Will. They just, or maybe they are, but you get where I'm coming from. That you would, if you were playing this game a number of hours and you're on quarantine or whatever, sitting at home, this might be a fun trip for you to go check out the giant. You're not happy. You're still very upset about it. All right, so you have that one. If we scroll down to the next, and it's kind of interesting how this works. Scroll down a little bit further right there. That's Buckingham Palace.
Yes, I saw this article.
Okay.
It's just an office building, right? It's replaced by an office building.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be an elaborate palace, but instead you have a generic-looking office building. Now, this is a landmark. This is very important to people, this kind of thing. Last time I'm in London, I believe was around the time some royals were getting married. Oh. And it was every broadcast. Every screen, all the fronts of the newspapers, the cab driver asking my opinion. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's huge. It's huge. The royal thing is huge over there. So you got to nail the Buckingham Palace. Apparently, because the game uses Azure-powered procedural generation technology to fill in gaps in the Bing Maps data, landmarks and bridges will be generated in some cases by AI. It will just take a guess.
Yep.
And it's not a terrible guess, to be honest. The shape of it is pretty much there.
Yep.
But you do wonder why the map doesn't have a better impression of the actual palace to begin with. Now, I'm going to say something here, Will, to potentially save the situation and make you feel better. It's possible that in certain circumstances where a person doesn't have great bandwidth, they will get a scaled down version because they're not pulling the information fast enough because it's an enormous database. And if you scroll down, that one's kind of funny. You know that monument in Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned into a skyscraper. It turned into a skyscraper. And palm trees, those are palm trees there in California that look like
the monolith. The
monolith from Space Odyssey 2001. And this next one I really like. It's a football field that looks like the middle is carved out and it's like the inside of an apartment building. Anyway, I read here. So the writer of this article visited that actual field themselves and it was perfectly fine. That stadium. So because they're speculating that you couldn't fix something like that in development as rapidly as the original report came in, they're assuming that some of these visual glitches could be related to internet connectivity as the data is streaming from the developer to power Flight Simulator.
Oh, right. So I guess these are maybe placeholders?
Until the real data shows up.
Yeah.
It guesses until the real data shows up. It's a really amazing thing to think about. And it could also be because those players don't enable the full data download when they configure their game. And then there's going to be more guessing as well for them if they're trying to limit bandwidth.
It's almost like 100 gigs.
It would be
it's enormous.
Well, 100 gigs for the game to install.
Game,
yeah, but if you enable full bandwidth, then you're pulling.
Yeah, I heard it's like 2 petabytes.
2 petabytes of information. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, for me, it was a bit of fun. I didn't expect you to get so offended.
Well, I am.
I mean, I never saw you that angry before.